Yes, we are giving love, honey. Mm-mm. To everybody who's been here before, hello. To everybody who's never been here, thanks for joining us. I'm going to adjust the camera really quick, honey. What y'all out there sipping on? Anybody sipping? Anybody puffing? What y'all out here doing? Y'all better be the fuck safe. Whatever it is you're doing, honey. We have some people scheduled tonight. I'm excited. I hope that y'all are as well. We always start off with me giving a brief rundown on what's going on in my love life. Child. Ain't shit changing. Please don't be like my grandmother and expect me to come on here one day and say we back together. I'm not that kind of girl. If it ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work. But y'all, I have been, and even last Monday when I came on here, I forgot to mention, I'm going through the depressed stage. If you follow me, if you fuck with me, then you already know what it's given. You know, if you're familiar with the grief cycle, I think I'm on the depressed part of the cycle, but honey, it's looking up. I think I'm coming up out of that slump, honey. It's looking up, honey. Yes. This weekend, I was like, not feeling it. But then on the same hand, I was like, bitch, we not going to stay stuck in this motherfucking rut. Honey, we not going to stay sitting our pussy in this motherfucking house, honey. Fuck that nigga, bitch. So I was like, I got to go out. Let me take myself out on a date, you know, self-love kind of shit. Bitch, tell me why. By the time I got to the restaurant, I realized that was my first time ever in life taking myself out on a date. That was my first time ever in life going out to dinner, going out to eat, sit in a restaurant alone. 30 motherfucking plus, bitch. And you ain't never sat in a motherfucking restaurant and ate by yourself, bitch? Girl. And at first I was thinking, I was about to second guess it. Because at first I was thinking, girl, that's going to look pathetic. Girl, that's pathetic. You going out to eat by yourself, girl. And then I had to check my motherfucking self like, no, bitch, it's pathetic that you think that you got to have a date to go out and enjoy your goddamn life and spend your own money. What kind of shit is that? I preach independence, honey. And I'm dependent on a motherfucker to go out to a restaurant and eat. Why they do that at, bitch? I said, oh no, girl. We gonna get our black asses up, honey. Went to one of my favorite steak restaurants, honey. Sat in that bitch, went live. I think, bitch, I was so tipsy. I don't remember if I was live here or Instagram, but baby, I was live somewhere kicking. Yes, bitch. Even had a drink. And that's something I typically don't do alone either. Is drink alone. But I was like, why not, bitch? I'm already depressed. Ain't like I'm going to wake up feeling like shit. You woke up feeling like shit today, bitch. You didn't even enjoy the day before. So, honey, I ended up having me, they called it a hurricane margarita. Bitch, it wasn't nothing but motherfucking rum. I don't know who the fuck was back there serving the well, I do know because I watched the bitch while she was making it. But Miss Thing must didn't know that I wasn't a drinker, honey. And I had the nerve to have two, bitch. I was cockeyed as a motherfucker leaving up out of there, bitch. But I enjoyed myself. The food was good. While I was in the restaurant on live, I got invited to a party. It was a themed party. It was rave themed. I was like, damn, bitch, you done only been single for 17 seconds. This your first time out the house, and people is inviting you to parties. Bitch, you blessed. Not you worried about no motherfucking nigga, bitch, you blessed. Honey, reap your blessings, bitch. Long story short, I never made it to the motherfucking party because I was drunk from the damn Hurricane Margarita. But I appreciated being invited. I did. Shout out to my nephew, Tavon. Thank you. Love. But honey, by the time I started picking through them goddamn clothes, honey, that 30-plus-year-old shit kicked in. And baby, before I know it, honey, it was giving a t-shirt and my panties on. In the motherfucking bed. Bitch. It was a lovely night, though. It was a lovely night. I learned something new. I learned that a bitch like me can enjoy being out by herself for once in my motherfucking life. It's only taken until I get middle-aged. How should I say? Hey, y'all. What's going on? What's going on, Kayla? We got some requests in the building. What's going on, Whore? We got some requests in the building already. I'm excited. You know you motherfuckers be scary, so I'm still scheduling people at this point. And it always works out the same way. As soon as I get somebody scheduled and as soon as I get somebody that's down to come on, then that's when all these motherfuckers want to come on. Come your ass on, girl. What is y'all scared of? You just having a conversation with a bitch? God damn it. Bitch. You motherfucker. Girl, not you got the squirrel pox. Oh my Lord. Who you get it from? Somebody with nuts in their cheeks? My Lord. The squirrels, you know the squirrels carry the nuts in their cheeks. And so do the people that get the monkeys. The monkey pox. My Lord, girl, not the motherfucking squirrel, honey. The secret squirrel, bitch. I see the request. I'm coming, y'all. Give a bitch 17 seconds. You know she got the Medicaid. Now, Jesus, y'all don't want me bringing the same energy that I had at work. That shit was getting on my nerves today. Yes, friend, the pox. We gonna have to pray on it, bitch. We gonna have to pray on it, honey. Did you get the source? You ain't even been having... Oh, Lord, bitch, you didn't even get a nut out of the squirrel pox? Clock out. Go ahead and clock out. Because, bitch, we don't need to be catching no diseases and we ain't even getting no nut out of it, bitch. That's irrational. Clock out. The fuck is going on with y'all? Give me 1 second, y'all. Un momento. Please. Por favor. Por for motherfucking boy. Gracias. Danada. No, that's what y'all say, Danada. Oh, Lord, it's around your mouth like herpes. Oh, Lord, you can't even eat. Oh, my Lord, I seen the white man on the news. Said he had him on his ass. Felt like he was sitting on shards of glass. I said, oh, Lord, what is that? My Jesus. I don't know what they got going on in America. My goddamn pox, bitch. I thought I was done with the chicken pox, bitch. You can't put no calamine lotion on it? Is that going... Would I have... Let's put a little bit of calamine. Right. Take an oatmeal bath. It's like it's glass in your mouth. Oh, Lord. Somebody send the ER, bitch. Send emergency services. Honey? glass in your mouth? Oh, God. My Lord, honey. We gonna have to pray for you, bitch, because the way I'm set up, my fat ass ready to eat right now. And I just finished the meal. I'm ready to eat again. My Lord, we gonna have to pray for you. Oh, my God. You can't even eat no oatmeal? Ain't oatmeal supposed to be good with pox? Or is that just the chicken pox? I don't know if you could put calamine lotion on your mouth, friend, but if I was in your predicament, bitch, I'd be eating that shit probably. Praise the Lord. Oh, Lord, I'm always dropping something when I'm on here with you. I'm almost set. Don't play in my pussy and call it a bet. Hey, y'all. It's this boy. And he be liking all my pictures. Nah, for real though. I'm digging one of the people who shot they shot. And speaking of shoot they shot, if you watch the show, then you know it's a little viral influencer that came on the show one night and shot his shot with me. And I gagged fiercely. But anyway, we were supposed to link up. They happen to be in my area for business reasons. And we was going to link and do the things, Well, not do no things. I ain't doing no things yet. But we was going to link and do the things like talk and do the thing. Get your mind out the damn gutter. Jesus. We was going to talk and kiki and carry on, but some shit happened with their event. I was depressed. It didn't happen. Everything happens for a reason. So, we'll see. We will see, honey. This fat ass cat over here watching me roll up my medicated cigarette. You not getting none, bitch. Yes, being here looking crazy. It took me so long to get on live. One of the reasons was because one of the damn cats didn't want to get out the damn chair, honey. But I find myself, I have a friend who we met through my TikTok videos. They do videos as well. And yeah, I had no idea that this person was interested in me, but baby, I don't even think I got to announce that I was single, and they must have sensed it. Yeah, it's given non-binary, honey. Androgyny is sexy. But yeah, honey, they ain't waste no time. Like, yeah, whenever you ready. And of course, I'm not ready to move on. I'm not feeling no romantic feelings, but I am like digging this person. I find myself like simping a little bit. But I still know that I'm not ready to move forward because I have never even had any like intimate thoughts, dreams, fantasies about them. I tried to force it and it didn't come. Like, you know how when you start to like somebody, you find them attractive, you might wonder what the bedroom situation is giving. I'm still not there. They got the meow we wanna. They got the meow we wanna, honey, and they better stick to that because unless they got some dispensary money or one of these cats is gonna get a job around here, they not fucking with nothing that I pull up out of my bag. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the things. Boom, cat, cat, cat. You know, Instagram likes to fuck with me sometimes, so let's see if they're gonna let us be great tonight.
I didn't expect me to be first. Oh my god.
Hey, friend.
Hello.
Give the people your name.
My name is Xander Walker. I am 39. I currently live in Columbus, Ohio. I'm a February Pisces. My pronouns are he, they, and daddy.
Ooh, did you say daddy?
Yes, I did.
Ah! Imagine a non-binary that you can call daddy. Oh, I think that did something to my spirit. So running back for me again, friend. Xander, which age?
39.
Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And your February Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And what is your sexual orientation? How do you identify as far as sexual orientation?
That's a really great question. I lately it's getting real gray. Like I used to identify exclusively as a cis gay man, and as I've come into my transition as a non-binary person, I've been exploring all these different areas of things that I've been interested in for a while, but wasn't sure how to communicate those things. My last long-term relationship was with a trans masculine person. I'm into I don't know. I like to, I don't have a type. I have genres. I feel like I'd like to say there are different types of people, but like it's not exclusive to gender or expression. Like I'll say this: I don't at this particular moment. I don't romantically find myself interested in cis women. I think that's kind of maybe the, but I like to talk about what I'm into and not what I'm not. Like I think preference is important, not aversion or just disinterest. I think talking about those things is toxic. So I guess if that helps narrow it down, that's kind of where I'm at.
I dig it. I would suggest to anybody watching who's interested, just hit Xander up. I mean, either y'all are going to be attracted to each other or not. Sounds like Xander is quite open and in a period of discovery.
Yes, definitely that.
I'm trying
to figure out where I fit in the world, I guess.
So what do you do for a living, friend?
How do I put this? I'm trying to figure out what I want to say because it's kind of public facing. It's whatever. I'm an executive news producer. I've been in TV journalism for about 15 years. Right now, I kind of do a bit of hybrid things, but I'm a newsroom leader. And that's my passion, is being a voice for the voiceless, telling stories, giving out important information, educating people through that way. So that's kind of like traditional media would be my platform, I guess, like TV and online. Is thank you, big sissy, is where I like to kind of like that's my lane. So like social media for me is more for like self-expression and connecting with people on a non-professional level.
I dig it. How long have you been doing that? I'm curious.
Since 2007. I first started, I've been all over the country, but I first started in Chattanooga, Tennessee. One of my first big stories was covering the caucuses back when Barack Obama was running first time for president. But I've moved up and down through across the country. One of my favorite jobs was in Boston, Massachusetts, is when I got to like spread my wings and go out and be a reporter along with being behind the scenes. But right now I work for a really great company, Spectrum, and I'm able to lead a team of great reporters and producers and really make a lot of decisions. I see you, Jay. I love you, babe. My fellow he days. And I'm just so passionate about informing people, especially when I see all the misinformation that happens on these platforms, especially TikTok. It takes everything in my being not to correct everybody, because if I did that, I would spend all day. doing that, and I get paid too. So a lot of times I just let it ride, and I share when I think it's appropriate to share and do what I can. But I love having that unique voice as a queer, black, non-binary person in a leadership decision-making position. I'm hiring, by the way. I'm looking for producers and reporters in the entire state of Ohio, Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. So,
If
because we need you,
job and
huh?
you're queer and black and have any experience, well, just not queer and black, but if you're a viewer and supporter of mine and you need a job and you have experience in communications, hit up Zan.
Yes. I'm a good teacher. I'm willing to work with people who have the initiative, the drive, and the passion. Uh, so if you want to be in TV, around TV, online, just let me know. I'm serious about that. I'm always looking at reaching back and helping people out.
I dig it. I dig it. I could definitely post the snippet just for that in particular. You know, I'm always trying to support the community. So, friend, do you think that you're ready for love?
Yes, I think I'm ready for love. I will also say I don't know if I'm ready for commitment in terms of exclusivity, especially not that. I don't see myself exclusive right now. I don't know where I fit in the poly spectrum. A lot of times I feel like I'm poly single, which means that like I would love to have connections and partnerships with people, but I don't want somebody nesting with me full time. I'm still very much Jay, excuse me. I'm still Jay and I've created some content in some different avenues. But that's neither here nor there.
Jay, stop trying to take over Xander time.
I know. But I want to. The reason I still would like to say solo is because there's some things that I want to do as an individual that are really important to me professionally. Um, like when I think about starting a family, I want to do it by myself. I know that sounds weird, but I just that's just where my mind is in terms of where my goals are at. I'm already a career dad to two sons. I'm the oldest of three kids, so I'm used to doing those kind of things. And like I kind of want to do that on an individual basis, but I do want to have people in my life and important, meaningful
And
connections.
answer capacity.
Yeah, and I think that's possible. I don't necessarily need like it can even just be one person, but like I want them to know that like there are gonna be times when at the end of the day I just need to be in my own space, in my own room, just by myself, just for my own mental health and well being. That's what helps. That's genuinely one of the things that makes me thrive and makes me happy. I'm not gonna say I get lonely. I get the need for connection in a relationship with other people, but I don't know if I want it in the same way as a lot of folks do. I've had that so much in my life. I've had people under me. I had to take care of people. I had to like be attached to folks. Where I just want to get to know me and enjoy me in a way with other people that still gives us both individuality and freedom.
I get it. It makes sense to me. I'm finding it more common come across people who see themselves living alone. And for all who isn't familiar with the lingo that he used, he said that he's not interested in a nesting partner, right?
Yeah.
A nesting partner is basically a living, a living
Mhm.
boyfriend, living girlfriend, living spouse, whatever. And
Yeah.
these can even find people who are married who don't live together.
Yeah. I think one of the things that led to my relationship not working out. We were together 5 years. Most of it we were long distance, and it was beautiful, and it worked out very well. And I think we thought that it was going to get to that level of moving together, get married, do the traditional thing. And about a year and some change after living with each other, I just realized that this isn't me, and this is the one I wanted. And it was no animosity against them. I love them dearly. Like we're still, I still, adore them. But it was when people say it's not USB, I truly meant that. And I was just in a different place, and I realized that I wanted different things than I thought I wanted 5 or 6 years ago. I'm 39 now. Back then, I was in my early 30s. So the whole world had changed since then. My world had changed since then. I get from being cis to non-binary, like from gay to queer. My politics about things changed. My sexual expression changed. My willingness to be fiercely myself has all evolved in that time. And I realized as I was getting older and knocking on middle age that like I needed to take the reins and control of my life.
Okay. Okay, I take it. I take it. We definitely have different perspectives regarding romance, but
Yeah.
I respect yours, and I also definitely heard you when you said, it's not you, it's me. And I know how that could be. I've been that person, and I also have been hurt by that person, you know. But yes, I always give people the advice: if you don't feel whole, or if you don't feel healed, and don't waste anybody else's time, you know. Let them move on. If you're not going to be in it 100%, let that romantic go and find another romantic, or at least somebody who is ready for what they want now.
Let me ask you, what are the differences between our viewpoints?
um I'm a bit more traditional, when it comes to building romantic relationships. I am very, for one, I'm not into poly. I'm not into dating multiple people. To be completely honest, I don't think it's possible for me to love more than one person in a romantic sense at a time. And I wouldn't want to experiment with anyone that finds out. I've honestly tried it in the past, and it really is just not for me. Um, I could be potentially open to non-monogamy in a long-term relationship, but I definitely wouldn't want to go into a relationship with those parameters. That's about as non-traditional as I get. Like, for example, I've been in relationships that were 4 years or longer, and by the third or fourth year, we considered the idea of being able to be sexual with other people. But also, those are relationships that didn't work. The most healthy relationship that I've been in to date has been a relationship where me and that person had no desire to be with anybody else sexually or romantically. Um, but I'm open. I'm not a closed-minded person, but for me, if I date someone, that is a deal breaker. Monogamy definitely has to be an option. If you have a history of polyamory, that's fine. I don't have nothing to do with your past. But for me and moving forward, it definitely has to be an option. It definitely has to be assessed, and I definitely need to feel that security and that control to be able to say, no, I don't want to do this no more, and my partner be with it.
I think that's interesting because I was monogamous up until I entered my relationship, but we were open from the start. And I think it only worked because of the way we communicated with each other as partners. And I definitely think that like those kind of things are flexible. Well, in my view, I think those kind of things are flexible depending on what you want and the person you are with. Um, and I also think it's important for everybody to respect those kind of boundaries as well. I see too much discourse, I feel like, online of like the poly people versus the monogamous people, and everybody's like projecting their thoughts on each other and making moral judgments. And I think that's weird because each relationship, each connection involves two individual people. And like that's why I think there's so much room for so many different kinds and types of love that we haven't even probably considered or thought of as humans because everything's different depending on who somebody's with. I remember like we were open, but to me it was because we communicated openly. It wasn't even always because of who we slept with or didn't sleep with or who we dated or didn't date. It was just the mindset that we had. And there were times when we were just with ourselves and each other nesting and that was it. But we still kind of had that framework in mind. And it can look in so many different ways. And I'm glad that we're having this conversation in a way that like is healthy for all those viewpoints and love styles to be supported because I think that's beautiful that you understand what you want and that you can communicate that clearly with folks so there's no guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like when you have trouble communicating the basics of what you want, then that's a red flag that you may not know what you want. And you know, I wouldn't suggest pursuing romantic relationships when you're not sure what you want, because you could potentially set somebody up for heartbreak, somebody who does know what they want. But on the same hand, I'm never in the mind frame that I'm always right or that I'm doing it the right way. I don't think that there's ever a always right or a right way when it comes to humans because we're all so different and we're all a combination of our experiences, you know, and we all express different things in a different way. I, for example, am not a hypersexual person. I'm very demisexual. So for me to even have a sexual attraction to somebody, there has to be an emotional connection. I don't have the time, energy, or patience to be trying to develop emotional connections with multiple people. You know, I have other things I want to do in my life. You know, and dating and hooking up isn't one of them. But I don't judge the people who do that. Some people do it. They live very healthy lifestyles while doing it, and they're happy doing it.
Hooking up hasn't been hard for me. It's the dating. It's people like, and that's in the two hard things. One, men is difficult, just in general for me. I'm just noticing more and more. But two, trying to, and I've talked a bit about this, and I've even talked, I think, with you about this on TikTok. Is trying to, I want to be able to express my attractions to different kinds of people without seeming fetishy. Like, and I having so many trans me to so many friends and or people who just fit differently on the spectrum and the things that they experience, the things that I've experienced as a black person, as a larger person, and I don't ever want to put somebody in that situation, but I also um, somebody said, yeah, perfect thing example. Somebody, couple of different trans when I talked about what we're talking with on online said that like they like gay boys, but gay boys aren't into them. And I wanted to be like, well, are you sure about that? Because some of us are, but like I also don't identify as a gay boy anymore. So it's weird. But like so it's this gray area that I'm trying to find a way to fit into to make dating and meeting people just more accessible and safe for everybody. And I don't know what to do. It's basically where I'm at.
I think that you're going in the right direction because you're seeking answers and you're open to answers. I honestly feel like we'll never stop learning and learning ourselves until we're no longer here and until we're no longer in these physical bodies. But let's keep it moving. Um, how long was your longest relationship?
5 years and some change.
5 years.
And we broke up in January.
And how long have you been single now?
Since January. Late January, so that's what, 5 6 months, give or take? 7?
I would say 7,
Yeah.
about 7. Um, and give us some of your strengths.
Um, I'm assertive. I'm independent. I'm creative. I have a sense of humor. I like to cook. I love romantic gestures. I love taking people out. I love doing those kind of like cheesy, cutesy things. I love sending cards, doing those little kind of reminders. Um, I'm not great with building things with my hands, but I'm learning to, and I like digging into that kind of stuff. Except cards. I don't fuck with cards. Like furniture, electronics, I got you. Cards, not so much. Like video games. But I think yeah, but I guess my biggest strength is that I'm supportive and I will take care of you. Um, when I will be there when it's needed.
What's some
Whatever I got to do, I do.
I get that impression from you just knowing you. What are some of your weaknesses?
That what's the word I'm looking for? I'm hard headed. I have very strong beliefs in things, and I will go to bat. Sometimes even come off like a bulldozer if I'm arguing a point and I believe in it. It's hard for me to admit I'm wrong. There are some times when I would even know that I'm wrong, and I would just argue just for the sake of saving face. I've worked on that. I've been working on that a lot. Um, um, I'm late a lot. I'm not good at schedules. I'm easily distracted. So if like you're a person that like when we're on a date and you don't want me looking at my phone, it's gonna be a battle. But that doesn't mean I'm not present. But it means that it's gonna take me a lot to not just be like mind wandering.
Mm-hmm.
And I can be, it's weird. I can be impulsive when I'm not at work. Like I can just be like, okay, I want to go build this today, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go spend this money and do this and that and the third. I'd like to go on a trip now, so I'm just gonna do that. Like it's not. I don't always put a lot of like forethought into breaking down all those kind of things. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Some people wouldn't consider that a weakness. Um, what are some deal breakers for you?
I guess racism. I don't know how else to put that. Anti-blackness, any form of anti-blackness, any form of anti-blackness, any form of transphobia, any of those big isms. But specifically, like just an unwillingness to let go and unlearn white supremacy.
Mm.
Because a lot of those things are all rooted in that same regard. Also, somebody that is okay and comfortable with dancing anywhere. If you can't do that, like one of my favorite days is we were in a spice store smelling like pepper and started dancing. Like I may look a little uptight, but like I need somebody who's gonna be able to have fun with me like that. If you take yourself too seriously, can't have random fun, then it's a no.
Well, to the audience, if it's anybody that comes on this show that I'm clearly familiar with, they can't take people too serious because they yeah. Um, would you consider yourself more of a dominant or submissive?
Well, I go by daddy, if that answers that question.
Next question. Is physical intimacy important for you in relationships?
Yes. Not necessarily or always sex, but I'm touchy feely. I like to know you're there. I like to cuddle. I like to be held. I mean, obviously, there are times when I like to cocoon, but there are times when I just want to be embraced. I just want you to like sit on my lap or like, be shoulder to shoulder or sorry, or it's just be like holding hands. I just love that kind of shit. And no matter where it is, I don't have a problem with PDA. Straight people do anything, every time, everywhere, at any moment, whenever they want to, in front of any audience. We can hold hands.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the least we can do. Yeah.
And if you're a gay boy who date me, people gonna think we straight. Ah,
That's I've thought about that, and I've thought about that and what that would look like.
it's an interesting dynamic. I don't have a preference when it comes to femininity or masculinity, and I've dated some feminine presenting and feminine expressive kind of people, and there are definitely times that we've been in Walmart and it was very much like, does she know he's gay? You know, that kind of thing, like the couple just watching us like, oh, she kissed him in the mouth, what I mean?
And that's already a problem for me. People like especially in professional settings, they already just assume that I'm cis het, and like I have to like come out all over, which is so frustrating. It just bothers me that I have to. Nobody else has to do that. So just don't put
I have
the.
coworkers that are watching this video, and I still haven't come out to them. Hey, y'all, and we still in a conversation. My business.
Exactly, and that's why I feel like if people just don't go assuming, then they don't have to get in my business, and I don't have to explain my business to people I don't really want to talk to like that in the first place.
At work, I'm not trying to fuck none of y'all. That is one of my things. I don't eat where I shit. And yeah, we is no need to discuss it, honey. You seen me online, bitch. Even one of my clients tried to ask me one time. I was like, girl, I know you're not asking me about people medical business.
That would be another deal breaker, like because I already talked about I'm hiring. If I'm hiring you, we're not dating. Just period. Like so, you got to pick one or the other. You either like me for a job or you like me for me. Like got can't be both. I've built too much of a reputation in this business to jeopardize it over any individual. I'm sorry. That's gonna always come first.
I think it's a good rule of thumb. What's your age range for dating?
It used to be 25, but I think I've moved it up to 30. It
30 to what?
Oh, that's a good question. This may sound extreme, but I would say 50.
You said that may sound extreme.
Yeah.
I don't think I
I don't
personally.
know.
That's
I don't think it is based on just my personal life experience, but yeah, I'll say 30 to 50.
I forgot to ask this question
Everything
earlier.
is negotiable though. Sorry, go ahead.
I dig it, honey. You know the way some of this melanin be sitting in their 50s, honey.
It's hard to tell.
Baby, honey. When I get 50, the girls gonna gag.
Yes.
They be gagging when I tell them my real age now. Um, when were you last physically intimate with a person?
So, to me, sex and intimacy aren't always the same. I said last time I was intimate. They might be watching this. When I was in DC for Black Pride, a friend of mine came up to me and we made out in front of these people, and they didn't know what to do with what our vibe was or what our energy was. We're friends, who are friendly, and that moment still sticks out to me. It's probably one of the more intimate moments I've had in the past 6-7 months.
I dig it.
Hands down.
Why not them? Why are y'all just friendly?
Um, I don't know if I could date another Pisces for one. And I think there is a bit of an age gap there that I just like in terms of relationship wise that I don't think but like we're sometimes being a friend is more intimate than being a lover, I think. And in this moment, in this instance, I think that's the case. Do that.
I Jay was you the one kissing Jay?
Yes, it was Jay.
Do you have income requirements for a partner? Would you like somebody to make a certain amount of money?
Not a certain amount. I will say I've been lucky for this for the most part of my life. I was at one point I ended up being a sugar daddy and I didn't know it. And whew, that was you see the trauma just went back in my head. You saw that?
Makes you feel any better? That was kind of how my first relationship went. I was really young. He felt that way. You got to keep in mind it's two sides to a story. He felt that way, and but technically he wasn't. He in his words, because he's from Brooklyn, so in his words, he felt like he was tricking. Mm. And in actuality, by all definition, that wasn't the case. Yeah, he took care of me completely financially, but I genuinely was in love with him.
Yeah. And that's the thing I will do for people. What I've learned from that experience is that if I care about people and I want to like show them that, or if they're like, especially through distance, and I'll just get them something. I'm not gonna hand you physical. I don't even do that with my siblings unless you actually need it. Like, because like to me that's tangible, that's real, that is a meeting a specific need or a specific want, and I'm not a cash machine because that makes it impersonable. I think in the age of like cash and stuff like that, I'll do stuff like for people's birthday, but nothing where like I don't want to create a situation where you are expecting me to do like material superficial things for you on a regular basis, and that becomes transactional in our relationship, and I don't want. As long as you are able to be a partner in our partnership in terms of sustainability, that's what I'm looking for. I don't think I need a certain income requirement. But I'm also not raising a child again until I'm ready to do that. If that makes sense.
I dig it. Do you know your love language?
Yes. Words of affirmation and physical touch and gifts. I prefer giving gifts, like physical touch, love words of affirmation, and I love giving words of affirmation. Quality time is in there, but like I feel like sometimes that can cross over into those other areas. So
yeah, I agree. Night in or night out?
Night in.
Would you consider marriage in the future?
Here's the only reason I would. And like I've kind of almost like got like a marriage of convenience planned with a friend of mine because she is disabled, and when she ages off of her parents' insurance, I would marry her to help her. Outside of that, I don't know. I haven't met that person.
Are you open to relocating for love?
Nope. Did that once.
Gotta come to Columbus. They gotta come to Ohio.
Like I did like it would have to be it would the love and the life path opportunities would have to cross because I moved for love and it was a mistake. Um and because I was in a job I was not completely happy with or fulfilled by, but I did it because we would stay closer together and I need like like for me my career because it's something I'm passionate about and something I love is part of what keeps me going. If I just clocked in and clocked out, if I, that would be fine. But what I do, I feel like it has a certain meaning in the world and it matters to me, which is why I've done it since I graduated school. So it's important for me to stay fulfilled in that way.
I take it. I take it.
And I agree with the audience. You do look amazing this evening.
Oh, thank you, Xander. Number one, but thank you, audience too. I try not to get too caught up in the questions. I get distracted pretty easy when I'm on
So,
because I'm a people pleaser. So I be wanting to please the audience and please the guests. But when I have a guest on, I try and focus on them.
I've let go of the people pleasing. That used to be one of my what do you call them? One of my faults. That one.
Weakness.
Whew, yes, that was hard. That
Mm-hmm.
was hard because I used to get so caught up and be in disappointing people. And I'm like, ooh, ooh. No shade to anybody, but who are these people for me to disappoint in the first place?
Yeah. I honestly have there's probably some viral content that I've never posted just because I've overthought how people would react to it. Um, what makes you a great partner? You've already given us strengths, and you've already mentioned a lot of qualities that I think would make you a great partner. But what specifically do you think makes you a great partner?
Did I know who I am and already love myself?
Word.
I'm going to love you as much as I love me. I think that showing up in that way, I've learned and experienced is probably the most important thing.
Brian,
Because if I want you in my life and I feel like you are worth the time, the energy, the investment, the ups, the downs, the arguments, the coming through the other side of the argument. I think so. Not to go on a tangent, but I think sometimes people have the wrong idea of conflict in relationships. I think it's fun and it's healthy is how it ends and how it turns out and how you use that as a form of communication as opposed to just like a form of just like fighting and arguing as a form of just trauma and stress. I think sometimes we get passionate about things, we get upset, we get disappointed, we get angry, we're human. But it's how you use that, take those energies and still keep the love in mind that you have for somebody. And why are we arguing? Are we arguing because I want to understand where you're coming from? I want you to understand and I'm disappointed and I'm hurt because I expected a certain thing? Or am I angry just to be angry? I think that's important. And so like to going back to what we were talking about, just the choosing to want to go through those things and those ups and downs and those challenges because I think at the end of the day it will make me as an individual stronger, but also us stronger as a unit is important to me. And that's why I think it's important for me to love somebody like I love myself.
yeah, I take it. Honestly, I don't even know how to respond to that, friend. I don't even know how to come back from that. It's going to be perfect when I do the edit to just end on that note. Give the people plug your
Yeah, here it's I think like underscore Xander underscore Walker. It's also the same thing on Twitter and on TikTok. It's Xander's News all one word.
yeah, on here it is underscore Xander. That is underscore XANDER underscore WALKER.
Yes, that is my chosen name. I still use my dead name at work, but that's a long story. So, so if you see both, I'm not hiding. It's just who I am. It's just easier that way.
I'm not mad at that chosen name. I'm personally a fan of the
Yeah,
name.
it's thanks to my mom. Um, Appreciate that for her. But yeah, thank you so much for this. I'm glad I was able to finally do it. I've been wanting to for a minute.
I'm glad you were able to come through too, Fran. You're one of the last ones that hadn't been on here yet out of people who I really and connected with online.
And my DMs are open, y'all. Okay. Say hi. It's all good.
I'll talk to you later.
Thanks. Bye. Do you turn it off?
Hey, y'all. I got to find my vape, honey. I'm over here having a nicotine fit. We got a couple more people in the queue. Xander was great. Thanks again for coming on, Xander. Um, I got to find my vape really quick. If y'all give me a second, we have a couple more people in the queue. I'm gonna try to get through it fast and get to both of y'all because we have two people left. All right, give me a second, y'all. I found it. I found it, honey. Hey, hoes, I'm back. Found my vape, honey. Yes. Nicotine fit. Yes. Don't judge my life. Y'all know I'm the banshee. Cunt! The banshee. Bitch. I used to smoke Newport 100s. Girl, I'm doing better, I think. I don't know, because they said that you inhaling nickel and lead and some more shit with this shit, bitch. Oh, Lord. I'm out of breath. Honey, titties too heavy. Running them up and down the steps. Too much going on. Y'all, I lost some weight. I lost some weight. That is a plus for us who lose our appetite when we're depressed. Is it really a plus? Because I like that. And I get turned off when people lose too much weight. It's a plus because now I can shop outside of Torrid and Lane Bryant. If any of my plus size films is in here, then y'all already know them prices is ridiculous. Bitch. They charge big girls twice as much for clothes as they charge the little girls. And I don't want to hear no shit about no motherfucking fabric and material, bitch. You ain't using no more than an extra, what? Third of a yard, bitch. And you gonna charge me double? Charge me that extra third, bitch, and leave me alone. Thank you, Borsha. I can't see your profile right now, but from what I can see, you look beautiful as well, love. It looks like we have some rather attractive people in the building, honey. Birds of a feather, honey. Y'all give me another. I'm stalling purposefully. To my people in the queue, please bear with a bitch. Please bear with a bitch for 17 seconds. Let me get two puffs. I don't want to smoke while I got you on. I feel like it's disrespectful if I can't pass it to you, bitch. And if you got a problem with marijuana smoke, then you must not pay my platform. No damn mind. I'm a whole advocate. Y'all ready to come on? Can I see somebody in the chat? Y'all ready for the rest of the show? See who we got coming on in here. Who knows? The next person that come in might be a soulmate. Honey, don't rush me. Don't rush Jesus. I got you, love. I'm about to pull you right up. I'm about to pull you right up. I see you. I see ya. Another reason for the people who fuck with me in here, for the people who fuck with me on TikTok. Another reason I haven't been making a lot of TikTok videos, they don't really have nothing to do with the depression, bitch. Plenty. My platform started because I was depressed. But I've been needing a break from the activism, and not a break from being an activist. No, that's not what I mean. I mean a break from the heartbreaking stories. I needed a break from police shooting niggas. I needed a break from trans women being murdered and misgendered in the fucking news. You know, I sometimes I need a break. I literally for a living help people get through their hardest times. So sometimes I need a break. You know, it's to help avoid burnout and also for self love. You know, friend, you ain't got nothing to be nervous about. It's only seven of us in here. It's only seven people in here, including you. So that means that six people is going to be watching you, and they cool. You know, I don't fuck with no lames. You know, and if it is a lame in here, they not going to have the audacity to do nothing or say nothing crazy, because they know I drag their ass through the whole social media, honey, bitch. Hey, Scorpio. All right, friend, I'm about to bring you on in. As long as Instagram keeps allowing us to be great.
Oh boy.
Hey, friend.
Hi.
Can I confess something to you?
Please.
I'm very excited that you're here in particular. Um, honestly, to add diversity to the show, there have been people of various ethnicities who have been supposed to come on the show, but a lot of them have been scared because, I talk my shit online and they assume that I'm like anti-white when it's like not the case. I just talk a lot of shit. So
I, I got that feeling.
I'm glad and I'm excited that you're here so that everybody knows that this is a welcoming space.
Thank you.
So give the people your name, friend,
My name is Hope.
and your pronouns,
They, them.
your age.
46.
Oh, wow, friend, you moisturize well.
Wait, coconut oil. Right there.
At all, friend. I did not guess that you were 46, and we've been on Facebook with each other since last night. Um, what's your location?
I'm
And
in
if you don't
Sacramento.
have that location, you could give us a region or a state.
I'm fine. I'm Sacramento, California.
Yeah, shout out to Cali. And give us your zodiac or birthday sign. Give us your birthday or zodiac sign.
December 24th, Capricorn.
A December Capricorn, all right. And how do you identify as far as sexual orientation?
Queer. Um, yeah. I will, I would love to date anyone who is not a cis het man.
You know what? You know what? We ain't never gonna get no cis hitmen in this audience.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm sure when they come, as soon as I get that question out, everybody, even I think a cis hetero man himself, if he did come on this show, he would come on here just to tell us to stop hating him. Poor,
Probably.
poor thing. They got enough on their life. Um, what do you do for a living, friend?
I own my own business. I have a cleaning business. And I only work for queer friendly people. Yeah, that's been the best part of that is I've been doing it for going on 13 years now, and the community that I have built around me is amazing. And they're all queer people or queer adjacent, as well as I will not work for anyone who is racist. And
Mm.
that has felt so good to be able to say to people, oh no, I'm not going to be cleaning your house. Mm-mm. No.
I
Why is that?
appreciate
Listen
it.
to the way you talk.
I appreciate it, and congrats on your business and the success that you've been experiencing thus far.
Thank you. Thank you. And I also do, I don't like the name of it, but I haven't thought of another name for it. Um, I coach, but people make fun of life coaches, so I don't like to call it that. So,
Oh, I thought that you were about this. I don't know which you were about to say that you coach, but I was
okay,
scared. I was scared for a
okay,
second.
well, I have coached that as well. So,
I friend, that's something we have in common. Technically, my job title isn't life coach, but honestly, that's essentially what I do. That's the easiest way to describe what I do as well.
right? I hate that it's gotten a bad name though. So,
Because you got these online life coaches. That's honestly why I don't do any life coaching online. Everything is just about activism and showing my personality. For one,
yes.
for one, the game is sold and not told. You got to hire me if you want me to push you in the right direction. And for two, it just seems so illegitimate online.
It does to me as well, and that's why I don't play there, and I don't even talk about it online. But through word of mouth, that's how I get my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And the cleaning business supports my life. The coaching business supports my soul. So I like the way it feels.
I dig it. I dig
Yeah,
it. And do you feel like you're ready for love, friend?
always.
You're a romantic.
No. Okay. So I was waiting for that question. Interestingly enough, I had a partner once tell me that I was not romantic. And their idea of romantic would have been for me to purchase tickets to Hawaii and take them as a surprise. That would have been their idea of romantic. And I said, "What do you mean? I'm romantic?" And they were like, "No, you're not, because you have never taken me on a surprise, trip." And I said, "The other day when we were at the store looking for furniture and we were giggling and tickling each other on the couch in front of everybody in the store, I felt closer to you in that moment than I had in a long time. That felt romantic to me." Like it's those everyday moments when you can just grab them from behind and give them a big old kiss on the neck and just feel,
Hmm.
that's romance to me.
Yeah, yeah. I
Ooh,
can. I can get a sugar daddy to fly me out, but who can I feel close to without having to spend money? But I'm not going to judge. Everybody's love languages are different, and for some people, receiving gifts feels and looks like love to them. And who am I to say it's not? My mom is actually a gift giver. That's one of her love languages, and I know damn well she loves me. So.
yeah, and it's not that I didn't want, we did end up going to Hawaii. I mean, we did the things, but my thing is for me to plan a big thing like that, it creates stress for me and I get anxiety. And to me, that doesn't feel romantic.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get there, I might chill out, but it's the building up to it.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
just, it's very triggering for me. So I don't consider that romance.
Yeah, yeah. I've been in a relationship with somebody who was not a planner. Well, who was a planner, and they took it
Hmm.
extremely serious. So that was like a job to them. It wasn't something that they would do for fun.
I'm a Capricorn. I take these things very seriously. I have a
I
hard time having fun.
I get it. I get it. So how have you been single, friend?
How long have I been single? I'm not. Um, I am polyamorous, and I have been with a nesting partner now for 3 years. The nesting part of that partnership actually was sort of forced because of the pandemic. When she and I were seeing each other before, it was more like she would come and stay with me for 3 days and then go back home to her house. She lives on a ranch with her parents, and so that was nice because we could go back and forth like that. And still, I'm a very independent person, so for me to have my own space and my own time is pretty important to me. But then the pandemic hit, and we didn't want to have to be separated, and we didn't know how long. So it was more important that she be here. And also, I didn't want her to get her parents sick, you know. We
Yeah.
weren't sure we weren't sure how it was spread or anything like that. So we were just like, okay, stay here. So she's been here for 3 years, and then I have another partner who lives in Midwestish. I don't want to reveal where she's at, but she's over by the East Coast, kind of. And she's been a friend of mine for about 10 years. And when she moved out there, we just sort of figured that a relationship between the two of us felt right. You know, like no matter what, when she and I are 70, 80 years old, we want to be sitting on our rocking chairs next to each other. And we don't care if there's three other people there with us.
Uh-huh.
But we definitely know that her and I want to be rocking together.
I know I'm supposed to be setting you up to look for love, but I'm very curious on your experience and how you got and how you got here to, it sounds like, successful polyamory. Um First off, with you and your nesting partner, as I discussed earlier, that's when partners live together. How has it been working out? I'm curious if you don't mind sharing.
Oh no, I don't mind sharing at all. So we had a very strong bond in the very beginning where I don't know if you know about it, NRE, New Relationship Energy. That's
Yeah.
okay. So we had that really strong NRE, and we have a lot in common. We're both more masculine leaning um, people, and I'm attracted to the more masculine leaning folks. Um, my problem has been that the pandemic spun me into workaholicism.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I have been encouraging her to not go back to the work that she was doing before the pandemic because it's that kind of work that was just killing her spirit. And
Mm.
so I've been encouraging her to seek something that brings her joy, but can also make her money, which is a long and slow process for some folks, depending on what your interests are. And so
Mm-hmm.
that has put a change in our relationship where we're not as hot and heavy as we were the first year as far as like intimacy and sexuality and stuff like that, because I'm all workaholic brain and she's like trying to figure out whole new patterns of how she's going to exist in the world.
Mm.
And so there's a lot of patience and a lot of communication. So I would say that the relationship is still good, but has shifted from looking like one thing to looking like another thing, which is something I love about polyamory, because in polyamory, that's kind of how it works to make it healthy is, can you roll with the changes? Because it's not like we set up a rule and go, okay, this is how it's going to be, and it's always going to be like this. People evolve. I mean, hopefully, right? And as they're evolving, they might realize they're attracted to different people or different things about people. And I always want the people I love to be able to feel free and safe to explore those things. And that's, in fact, something my 19-year-old daughter works with me, and she told me today, I taught her how love is not ownership. Love is truly letting someone go if going is what is going to bring them the most joy and happiness in their life. She
Mm-hmm.
said, because you did that with my dad. And I was like, I'm so glad.
I love how you um broke that down. You answered many of my questions.
Cool.
um, what what led you to polyamory? What
Mm.
specific?
Um, I got into kink about 10 years ago, and it was in kink that I started meeting people. I was single, and I was going to these kink parties for a certain reason to get a need that I had met, not
Yeah.
intending to be in relationships. And that was when I met people that were polyamorous. Some of them admittedly were swingers. I'm not really into that, but I had to meet that so I could learn what I am into. Um, and when I saw like some really good, healthy examples of those people being in polyamorous relationships, inviting me in to be a part of their sexual experience,
Mm-hmm.
um, but openly and honestly speaking to me and saying, you know, we are looking for X, Y, and Z, but not this, this, and this. Is that something you're comfortable with? And I was like, thank you so much for like offering me the whole fucking truth. Oh, am I allowed to cuss on here? I didn't even know.
You
Okay.
I say all things, friend.
Okay. But so yeah, so like that was how I got introduced to it. And then it just slowly evolved over the last 10 years or so.
Gotcha. And interesting. And for me, I mentioned earlier, I hope you don't mind me taking a moment. I mentioned
No.
that I tried polyamory, and that's how I know that it doesn't work for me. Um, and that was the fact that my partner at the time felt comfortable enough and secure enough and open enough and honest enough to express their potentially polyamorous or non-monogamous tendencies. That
Hmm.
made me respect them so much more that
Yeah.
even I had a feeling it wouldn't work for me. Not everything is for everybody. Um, I still tried, and
Hmm.
I didn't. I wasn't trying from a place of trying to please them. I was trying because in the way that they were so open and in the connection that we shared, it made me
Mm.
question like I have more discovery that I need to do. What if
Yes.
what if I turn my nose at this or turn this down without giving it a chance, and this is what an ideal relationship would look like for me. So I completely get how that honesty can be sexy
It
and
is.
but also met with respect at the same time.
Yeah. I'm glad that you gave it a shot. And no, not everything has to work for everybody, but I think it's great when people at least try.
I'm a never say never kind of girl, and I'm also a try anything once kind of person.
Same. Hmm.
So you mentioned that you prefer more masculine leaning individuals, no cis het men.
Right. I do prefer, okay, so I find myself attracted to, like, when I didn't know that I was non-binary, I was living as a lesbian, and I thought I was attracted to more butch type appearing women. But I'm kind of in this explorative space in my life now where I'm like, I don't really feel like I want to turn somebody down just because they're not necessarily very masculine. But I just know that that makes my tummy do flips. Want to see the masculine,
No,
um,
oh,
or androgyny. Really find androgyny fucking hot. Oof. Mm.
I I can relate. Honestly, I think out of all the guests that we've had thus far, um, we tend to have a similar sexual orientation. I'm open. I'm open to the whole spectrum. Cis het men is not even an option because your identity ain't compatible with me. Um, I'm queer, so what the hell I look like respect to you as a cis het man. But even on top of that, you're the first person who's come on who that's the same. Like androgyny would absolutely have to be would have to be my overall preference, but I can find androgyny in anybody. You
Hmm.
know, typically masculine leaning folks tend to catch my eye first,
Hmm.
but
Right.
there are some very femme people that when I'm attracted to them, I'm attracted to them. It's like, oh my lord,
Exactly.
like you
One of
turn.
my ex-girlfriend, beautiful, but always wore makeup. Okay, I'm not into makeup. I don't like the way it smells. I got some childhood trauma around makeup.
I'm sorry.
Um, it's, you know, eh,
Yeah,
it's because my mom tried to paint my face constantly and just tell me this is how you have to look so that people will accept you. And I'm sitting there chopping my hair off every day, not understanding why she's trying to force me to wear makeup at 10 and 11 years old. And she's like, well, if you're pretty enough, then you'll make friends. I'm like, oh God. So I'm working on it. But anyway, I was dating this woman who, or not dating, we were together for 4 years, who wore makeup, and she was very beautiful in her makeup. But you know what I loved the most about her was that when she did not put her makeup on and she pulled her hair back and she put on some grubby clothes and went out and worked on her car. So,
every,
like,
every I've dated says the same about me.
yeah, you just never know. And that's why I don't like to limit myself because you just never know. Somebody could have both of those qualities. They're just not always upfront and showing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree completely. Um, what is your age range for dating?
Mm. That was hard for me because I have a 28-year-old son, and so I felt
That's
like it was
46, right? I
well,
keep when you said
yeah.
20-year old son, I'm like, no.
I know, I know. Yeah, so I felt like it would be inappropriate because my dad dated a girl when I was 22. He dated somebody who was 23, and I almost vomited right on him when
Yeah.
he did that. I was like, that is disgusting. So I feel like 32 would be my lowest. Um, and on the higher end, I would have to say like 60. But I have a little caveat to that. Um, God, this sounds terrible. This is me being vulnerable. Um, I don't want to have to take care of anybody.
That's valid. That's valid. And honestly, I think that just goes to show how emotionally aware you are. Because in psychology, we believe that we tend to view youth as beauty and find youth attractive because it's ingrained in us.
Hmm.
The idea or the image of someone being youthful or looking youthful, automatically our brain is wired to think that we're less likely to lose them.
Right.
Yeah, so
And
I valid a valid fear.
it is. And the thing is that that idea that I don't want to have to take care of someone goes both ways for the young or the old, really. I mean, when you break it down, because essentially I have been taking care of people since forever. I always say I was born an old person and I'm going to die a young, lively, excited, happy person. Um, I don't want, like, I was changing diapers, cooking dinner, and cleaning the house at 10, 11, and 12 years old. I don't want to do that, you
Yeah.
know? I had my first child at 17. So I never got to like enjoy life the way people usually do before they have children. So in my old years, I imagine myself really enjoying myself and not having to take care of anybody. I don't want to have like, if my partner has Alzheimer's, that's fine, but we need to get you a caretaker.
Hmm.
I do not, I will love you and I will be by your side, but I do not want to be the one who has to change your goddamn diapers. And like, I just,
It's val
it's,
it's
it's a boundary.
valuable be by their loved ones with their loved ones essentially feeling a sense of blame against them. You know,
Yeah.
So yeah, I I know we're living in a very sensitive period of our culture, but friend, I'm a firm believer that everybody's feelings are valid.
Thank
You
you. And the same goes for the younger folks. Like I would like to I like dating people who have some self-awareness, some if they haven't gone to therapy, they're at least doing the work, by themselves on their own. They can claim their issues, they know what their traumas are, and they're down to look at them and do the work and the healing around them and not expect me to do that for them. So that kind of stuff.
I dig it. With the fact that you own your own business, do you have any income requirements or preferences for a partner?
Um, Not really, but realistically at my age, because there is something that clicked when I hit 45, you start to worry about your golden years. Like I'm a workaholic. If everyone I love around me doesn't have a job, I will work till I'm dead to make sure we all have a roof over our head. And I do not want to work till I'm dead. So I would like a partner who has a decent, comfortable income. Don't have to be rich. I'm not into fancy things. But I would at least like them to have a retirement plan. That would
Someone
be nice.
who can take care of themselves and someone who is
Yes.
prepared to
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I
That would be
dig
nice.
I dig it. Would you prefer a night out or night in?
Night in. I am a nudist, and in the summertime I would be running around the house naked, and I would be watching. I love watching zombie movies, and I don't really like going out anymore. I used to. I used to go to open mic nights and read my poetry and get all groovy with the snap snap. Oh, I love those nights, but I'm kind of old for that now.
Do you know your love languages?
Remind me, what are they?
I'm
The
not sure of them all. There's acts of service, um, gift giving, gift receiving, words of affirmation, physical touch.
Was there only five, I think?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
So I do know that the person who created that is full of shit. I do know that much. But just to go along with the question, I'm pretty sure he was like some sort of racist, terrible person. I learned it on TikTok where we learn everything. Um, I think the only one that ever fits me was words of affirmation, but I'm a hyper independent person. So I think it's good for me to have relationships with people who are dominant because I'm a boss in my life and I need to come home and not always have to be boss.
Mm,
Um, I need to, I need someone to tell me that I will be receiving this gift. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
because I'm the type of person that says, oh, no, 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 don't do that for me. I don't want you to go out of your way. No, I don't want you to spend your money. I just need someone to say, no, bitch, here is your gift. Now lay down and enjoy it or whatever.
Yeah, I've had to be a partner to people.
Yeah, but if someone were to ask me if I wanted to receive a gift, I'd be like, oh, no, no.
Yeah, I get it because I find selflessness a again a very attractive trait. So I've had to be that forceful person. Um,
Yes,
I'm getting the impression that you wouldn't be open to relocating for love.
I can't. No, I've got three children here in Sacramento and one in Colorado. The three kids here are 14, 16, and 19. They live with their father. I'm just mentioning that because some people really need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't want to go too far from them. Plus, my work completely sustains my life in a comfortable way that I couldn't imagine. trying to start all over again somewhere else.
Mm.
You know, I've got a network from roller derby to the queer community to nonprofit work that I've done here. I couldn't leave. Just too solid here, you know?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging at all. Final question.
Mm,
What would make you a great partner?
I am patient. I am open-minded. I am willing to be introspective. Um, I will listen and I will not judge and I will love deeply.
All incredible traits. And based on this interaction, I feel like it's completely genuine response.
Oh, thank you.
So plug whatever you want to plug, friend. How can the people get in touch with you?
Just open-minded. I don't use Instagram very often, but you
You
can find me on TikTok. TikTok is at Hope and Minded, and then Hope Satori True Love on Facebook.
and that is Hope HOPE Satori SATORI
Mm-hmm.
and True Love TRULOVE. Right?
Yes, yes.
Got it, friend.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Hope. Thank you again for coming on. I
Thank
appreciate.
you.
I'm gonna let you go for now. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Bye.
Bye. Hey y'all. Yes, yes, yes. We finally are adding some different colors and different perspectives to the show, and I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Everyone is welcome here. I've even had straight people ask if they can come on. I was inspired by Kendra G to start this show, and she welcomes LGBTQ people on her platform. Why shouldn't I welcome the heteros? I mean, we bash y'all enough, and if y'all gonna sit through it and support your girl, I can give you your 15 minutes. I think we have one more in the queue. I'm gonna see if they're still available. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Hi,
shit! Hey,
hi, friend. I'm so sorry. I had more people come through than I expected. I didn't think everybody was going to show up on me.
listen, Hope was about to have me in tears. Like, oh, she's a beautiful person.
Inside out, right? Right? Hope gives you hope in our Caucasian brothers and sisters. No, really. That's why it's people like Hope. Why I can never hate the entire Caucasian race. For one, I don't want anybody to hate me based on any category or label I carry. Um,
hmm
and number two, like I know people who are the exception to what a lot of us believe. But that's enough of my spiel. Frank, give them your name.
Well, my name's Emmanuel, but I go by Manny, and I am a 35-year-old divorcee, uh, Sagittarius, December Sagittarius, and that's it. I think.
I wasn't aware that you were a divorcee. Not judging it.
Yeah.
Um, maybe I'll be divorced one day. No, I'm joking. Um, how long have you been divorced?
2020, I think, was the official text message that I got, and then in August I got the paperwork.
Was this a 90-day visa situation?
No, we got married and we moved to New Mexico. Had a lot of issues, and I ended up driving back to Indiana, which is my hometown, and tried to work it out over the phone, but it just wasn't coming together in his mind, I guess. And then I got a text message saying, "Hey, I found a divorce lawyer. The papers should be coming." Okay.
Friend, I'm sorry to hear that. I've been disappointed and felt like the rug was pulled under me before as well. So
It's
I
cool.
feel. Where are you located now?
So Indianapolis, Indiana is where I reside. But I'm a travel nurse, and right now they got me in Blythe, California.
I've never even heard of Blythe.
Listen, they have a sizzler here, so that's how far behind in times that they are.
Right on. That sounds like that might be Northern California. Um, how do you identify as far as sexual orientation?
Um, I guess to go along with the trend of the guests that you had, I've been in some situations where it's been male on female. So like romantically, I I would have to say gay. But if I'm having fun, I am what the time calls for.
Oh, whichever way the wind blows, and I ain't mad at it. You already told us that you're a travel nurse. Um, why would I know you explained to us briefly about your divorce, but overall, why would you say that you're single?
Traveling doesn't make it easy. And of course, after my divorce, I wanted to do therapy just to make sure that I was right or yeah, that I was right. But come to find out in the process, I was screwed up and jacked up in the head too. So there's a lot of things that I'm working on. Um, and I just don't want to go and jade anybody else's heart. So.
Okay. I respect that very much. Would you say that you're ready for love now, or do you still feel like you need more work to do?
That's a hard question because I'm one of those people that's in love, with the idea of love. So, like, the inner me is just like, yes, I'm ready. But, like, again, I'm traveling, I'm in school for my RN right now. Um, and I wouldn't want that person that I'm dating to feel like they're on the back burner. But, like I said, like, deep down, I really do.
But in some ways, you can't. You feel like you can't prioritize that right now.
Yeah.
You're open to love, but you feel like you can't prioritize it right now. Would you say that now is a good time for you to potentially make a friend with the possibility of more in the future?
See, that's why I follow you on TikTok, because you know how to put shit together and make it sound so eloquent. Yes, ma'am. I'm down to find a friend.
No, because I understand that. I know for a lot of people and a lot of couples that I know personally, they started as friends, and that friendship basically set them up for a seemingly unbreakable bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. And I'm a romantic as well, so I get that as well. How long has your longest relationship been?
I think that would be my marriage, and we met like the end of 2015, and then 2020 it was over. So like 5 years.
Okay. Okay. How long after getting together did y'all get married?
So we did the long distance relationship. I lived in Indianapolis, and he lived in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we did that for like 2 years, and I think in that third year we got engaged, and in that halfway mark we got married.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What would you say is some of your strengths?
um we gonna eat. I like to have a good time. You know, I like to have fun. I hate when stuff is too serious. Um, and if I see you going through something, I want to be that person that you come to, and that's friends, family. Like if I say I love you, I want to be that person that you come to. If it's just advice or just a shoulder to cry on, I want to be that dude. I'm gonna find a way to be that person for you. Um, I'm a hard worker. I have 3 jobs. Yeah. Um,
Jobs?
3. I have this job which keeps me traveling, and then I have 2 PRN jobs when I go home.
Okay, okay. Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with ambition. What would you consider a weakness for you?
I'm selfish.
In what way?
Like sometimes I want to be left alone.
Oh,
Um,
I wouldn't necessarily call that selfish.
um, well, it's going against. Sometimes I feel like I go against like what I preach. It's like, oh, if you ever need me, call me. And I look at the phone like, damn, what this bitch want? You know what I mean?
We
Like,
that I think that with helpers, and we tend to go in the medical field. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I think we all do. I can't speak for you, but I know for me, there's a sense of fulfillment in helping.
hmm,
Like I genuinely like to do it, but it's also a balancing act and trying to make time for myself without being concerned about anybody else.
yeah,
So I recommend to anybody I work with who's a helper, make that time for yourself. Make that time
yeah.
for yourself. I'm getting to a point where I'm keeping it professional. If I'm off the clock, you better be calling me to help me. um, what is your ideal partner? Describe them to me.
My ideal partner is pretty much my opposite. I want where I lack, I want them to be strong in so I can learn from them, and then vice versa. Like I want them to where I'm strong at, I want them to lack so they can learn from me. And that's how, to me, I feel like that's how we grow with each other, instead of just growing in separate ways. No, there's some things that you could teach me. So like let teach me, and let's grow together, and be stronger and be a unified front. I think that's it really. He's got to be a hustler and a go-getter in a legit way.
Mm,
I have to preface that.
yes, we do. No, I noticed that you say you tend to go for your opposite, and I know that you're have the helper personality type. I would suggest, I feel compelled to say, I would suggest that you consider other helpers as well, other people
Yeah,
that with that same personality type. I know that a lot of us with the helping personality, we tend to be attracted to the taker personality. We tend to be attracted to people who we can help or feel like we can help. So I would just
you didn't say you was gonna be reading me today.
I would just suggest considering someone who is a helper as well. Because think about it, if you have two people who's naturally helpers, y'all are going to naturally help each other, and then that y'all are going to give each other a break from helping too.
Right,
Yeah.
makes
Um,
sense.
Deal breakers.
I want to say, okay, so our apps that helps us find, it's the I can't host and can't drive, and I'm 45 years old. I'm not an ageist. I hope it doesn't come off that way, but
No, it's coming off like you don't want no bum ass nigga. That's what it's coming. That's what it's coming off as. And the sad part about it is that us grown ass people have to actually say that this is deal breakers. It
yeah,
shouldn't even be a fucking thing. And don't get me wrong. If you live in New York, I can understand that you don't drive. If you live in, a metropolitan city where public transportation is a big thing, I can understand that you don't drive. I can even understand if you live if you cohabitate with family, if you take care of a parent. But when it's a situation that I can't come to your house and the only way that we can hang out and chill is if I pick you up and drop you off, I don't know what high school you attending, but I don't fuck with children.
I listen. The metro is what, $2 now? Like,
Baby,
even, and it's to the point to where I've even modified that. If you find a way to get to me, I'll take you back.
no, you're not no more. No,
Okay.
if they can't Uber their ass to you and back home, then they got other shit they need to be worried about.
True.
Honey, their priorities is fucked up. And don't get me wrong, I understand mental health issues and all that. But if you taking care of the mental health issues or at least putting that shit down on paper, you should be collecting $750 a month. Girl, Social Security something. Honey, girl, you better budget money management.
True.
Would you consider yourself more dominant or submissive?
Depends on the situation.
You're kind of switchy in the middle.
Yeah. I like them both. I love playing.
Playing.
They don't have a manicurist here, so this is what I'm dealing with. But I like my
So
masculine side, and I like, huh?
we twin and I'm black today too.
Yeah. But I like playing in my masculine side. I like playing in my feminine side. I like being soft, but sometimes the situation calls for me to drop them balls and be like, what's going on, bro? You know what I mean? So I like being in both and being able to do both.
hmm I appreciate that. I think people who are attracted to us androgynous spirits, they appreciate that about us. I know that you said that you're definitely on the gay spectrum romantically, but do you have a preference in whether a man is feminine or masculine presenting?
No.
We ain't gonna keep going back and forth about that. Is physical intimacy important to you when dating?
Yeah. I like, even it's like Xander said, intimacy is not always about sex, even if it's just like a foot rub or a body rub. Just that I'm here, babe, I got you. Like, to me, that's everything.
I love it. I love it. And when were you last physically intimate? You scared to share? If you don't want to share, you don't have to share, friend.
No, 2 weeks ago before I came out here.
And I always ask that question because it leads to this one. Why not them?
Our priorities aren't lined up, right?
Got it. Got it. Especially after what we just discussed, I can imagine because I child, I don't want to talk about it. What is your age range in dating?
35 to probably about like 45, because my mom is 50 something. But
She,
I don't. Hmm?
you got a young mama. If she in her 50s, you said you 35, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had me when she was 20, so she's 55. So
Okay.
yeah, like 35 to 55, maybe 30 if they're like a mature 30.
Dig it. Dig it.
Yeah,
Do you have any income requirements or preferences?
just have a job.
Be able to take care of yourself type deal?
Yeah.
Much respect. Do you know your love languages?
Physical touch and words of affirmation. Because sometimes I just don't be feeling like getting up and adulting. And I need a swift kick in the ass sometimes. You know what I mean?
I do. I know very well, all too well. honey. My day job, no, as well. Night in or night out?
Both. I like them both.
A person who can conform, a person who can go with the flow. Is
Yeah.
that, are you willing to? I know you're traveling a lot now, but it sounds like you primarily in the home based in the Midwest, right?
Yeah. But the answer to your question is hell yes.
You're
I
willing.
am willing to relocate.
Have you traveled much outside of the Midwest? Spent much time outside of the Midwest?
Um, like with my job, yes. I've been to Alaska, Colorado, Wisconsin, Louisiana, Virginia, West Virginia, and
Any,
Texas.
any area in particular stood out to you like it's somewhere you could see yourself living?
Louisiana.
I had a feeling that you would say that people love Louisiana, and I have yet to visit. I was scheduled whole trip plans, packs, and everything, and we were scheduled to go in March of 2020. And if you remember,
Oh,
yep, it was no refund on the hotel until COVID hit. The hotel was like, "Don't even worry about it, girl. Here go your money. Don't come up in our shit. We closed."
right. Well, let's go. Let's plan a trip to go.
I'm down, friend.
So yeah, I don't know if you remember. I'm about to fangirl out. But it was you had posted something on TikTok and you had said that you had missed the ball or you was gonna go to a ball but you had missed something.
I
And
missed
I said I would love to go. I've never been to a ball, but I'd love to go one day. So
that. We definitely going. I'm definitely going to have to keep you posted on.
okay.
Um, yeah, because they're starting to have. Well, I know somebody who has balls on the West Coast now. Rio, a former guest on the show. Um,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to set some things up with them to try and figure out, when their big function is going to be. But yeah, I'm single again, back on the prowl. I'm definitely down to hit these streets and link up, honey. You know it's a cut up. You already know what to expect, don't you?
I'm ready.
Yes, honey.
I'm ready.
She's an experience, and don't get her a drink. Okay. What final question, friend? What makes you a great partner?
I know my flaws and I'm working on them.
Mm. You know what you could say because you literally just said that, but it's one word to encompass what you just said.
I'm listening.
You're self-actualized. That's what that means. Self-actualization, and I know this because this is a trait that I require when I date. Self-actualization is when somebody knows their gifts, their flaws, and they accept both.
See, I told you, you know how to put things. It sounds so sexy.
I literally talk for a living, honey.
Yes.
So plug what you want to plug, friend. Tell the people how best to get in contact with you.
Honestly, my Facebook. I'm going old school. Facebook is just Emmanuel Thomas.
Very real, very personal. I always tell people when they're dating online, if a person can't give you their Facebook, that's a red flag. But say it again, friend. I'm sorry I cut you off.
It's Emmanuel Thomas. EMMANUELTHOMAS.
Emmanuel Thomas on Facebook, folks.
Mhm.
My friend up. You know it's a real one on the line. You know anybody I fuck with is a real one. You don't do her.
Thank
Thank.
you. I appreciate it. I was nervous at first.
I know y'all be nervous until y'all get on here with me, and then y'all be like, "Oh yeah, that bitch that's really what she give."
Yeah.
She's yeah. I'm cool people, non-judgmental. I talk shit to the crackers, but I love the ones that's anti-racist. Praise the Lord.
Yes. Well, I just want to say I'm happy for you. Just the short time that I followed you, I see growth,
Thank
and I'm happy for it. I'm excited. You have a glow. I don't know if you see it or feel it, but you have a glow. You're beautiful inside and out, and I can't wait till we hang out and get a drink.
baby. You know it's going to be a time for the record books. And I thank you again and appreciate you because you were one of the first people who scheduled, and I just let Instagram pick at random at this point. I appreciate you being patient. That's another quality that my friend possesses, patience, people.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy your night, love, and thank you again for coming on.
You too. Have a good night.
I will, and we'll be speaking soon.
All right.
Did y'all enjoy that as much as I did? Did you? It was a good show tonight. It was a good show tonight, honey. I wonder if I still got time to go out. I ain't trying to get a drink or nothing, but I done got into this little habit of going out by myself, and it makes me feel sexy, feeling independent, you know? Trini Daddy, hey, my future husband, Trini Daddy. Trini Daddy, we're going to end up dating before this is all said and done, and this is not optional. Is that who I think it is? Liv. Is that my girl Liv in the chat? I miss you too, sis. I miss you too. I know the last time we talked, we both had a lot going on, but we got linked. We got linked, girl. We got linked. You know I'm single, back on the prowl, honey. You know how it go when these niggas fuck up. Honey. Sisterhood time. Sisterhood time. Yeah, Shaladas. But yeah, Trini Daddy, honey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're gonna talk about it later. We're gonna talk about it later. I ain't gonna put no whole bunch of pressure on you. I ain't gonna put no whole bunch of pressure on you. But y'all mark my word. Yep. Send me the info, sis, and I will text you and hit you back with mine, sis. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But for now, y'all, I'm about to roll out, see what's going on in these streets. Just ride through, get some fresh air. You know, I didn't put on the face. Why not show it? Peace, love, and blessings.